Janice Dixon, and I'm coming on for tonight's nighttime reading or bedtime reading. Again, I'm recording this a little early because we still have birthday plans. And yes, I did plan it at a very busy time, but you are still going to get your reading as well as your daily special. So if you have not done so already, don't forget to visit janicedixon.com. I will put it here since I am recording, or you can visit my Facebook fan page and you can search for author Janice Dixon, and that's JANESEDIXON. So today's special is Black Diamond, which is my debut novel, and I will be reading from it. If you have the first edition, there is a different cover, and this was a cover redesign after I realized that this would be a series because that was not my original intent. So let me just tell you about Black Diamond. Go ahead and get settled in. So Black Diamond is about an undercover FBI agent who is in Houston, and she is investigating conflict diamonds trafficking. And all the while, the person she's looking for is right under her nose. And he knows who she is, but she doesn't know who he is. And so it is a romantic suspense novel, just like I told you in the last reading. I do not do full sex scenes. There is some curse words, and there are some. You'll see when you read the story. So tonight I will be reading a little bit from Black Diamond from chapter 3. And I know I said the stories that I did last night, but I didn't tell you the chapter, so I apologize. And I hope that you all are enjoying this. If you're watching this and you are enjoying it, don't forget to do a thumbs up and subscribe to my newsletter and to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. So here we go. We're at chapter 3. The undercover FBI agent is Camille, and this chapter is done from her point of view. And you will also hear about some other characters, Ashanta, which was in the story that I read last night, and before Black Diamond. And I think everybody else you'll kind of get the hang of, but of course you'll know more once you read the story. And it is part of the daily special. It is $1.99. The ebook is available for a limited time. Who would have thought she would be celebrating 2 years at IJDC? She sure didn't. Nevertheless, while spending time with her coworkers, she felt a tinge of guilt. They unknowingly built a relationship with her based on lies. They knew Camille Carmichael as an ambitious, hardworking international jewelry purchaser. She entered as an assistant account representative, and now she held the title of VP of International Accounts. Despite the pretense, Camille was proud of the promotion and knew she earned it. She had convinced her coworkers she was one of them by keeping up with the seemingly endless travel and working long nights. Her life consisted of IJDC, and the Bureau's increasing pressure to close this case just muddied the situation. What can I get you, pretty lady? The bartender was flirting hard. He was handsome in a rugged bad boy kind of way. His long hair gathered in a ponytail, and his fitted black T-shirt showed off his sculpted chest. I'll take a frozen margarita. She returned his smile. And she's flirting, too. Mind your business, Camille said jokingly. When had Ashanta arrived? As she stood to hug Ashanta, she came face to face with Harold Donovan. Camille pulled back and searched Ashanta's face for an explanation. Had she lost her mind? Why would she show up at a work-related function with the boss? Yes, obviously, she had lost her mind. Don't look at me like that, she said with no shame. She was unfazed by Camille's judgment-filled face. The slight shrug of her shoulder gestured that it was no big deal. They knew each other well, but sometimes she had no idea what Ashanta was thinking. She was smart and quick, but Camille knew there was more to her. She tried to be patient, and it killed her to admit that her suspicions of Ashanta grew by the day. Congratulations, Camille. You deserve it. Thank you, Mr. Donovan. You're welcome. What do you want, honey? Harold asked Ashanta. Camille silently took in their exchange. His eyes roamed Ashanta's face and paused at her mouth. Harold's gaze turned and bore into Camille, causing blood to flood to her face. Here's your drink, the bartender called over her shoulder. Camille turned and nodded her thanks. She welcomed the break from Harold's intense stare. She grabbed the cool glass and took a sip, letting the icy lime flavored drink settle her nerves. She placed it back on the bar and used her moist hands to restore the normal hue of her cheeks. Camille knew without looking at a mirror that her face was beet red. She hated having fairer skin. How many black women blushed? Very few, and she was one of them. It annoyed the hell out of her, and so did her freckles. She settled in the seat, watching them search for a place to sit. She scanned the club and nursed her drink. She scanned the club and nursed her. Well, I'm sorry. I haven't read this in so long. She scanned the club, nursed her drink, and started rocking to the music. The DJ had the place jumping. Camille let the music and the margarita ease the awkward scene with Harold. The dance floor was full, and she waved at a few of her co-workers seated in the reserved area. She turned to the bar and noticed Saul sitting at a table alone. It was hard to make out his expression. His body appeared rigid, and he had a firm hold on his beer. She leaned forward in her seat to follow the direction of his glare. Ashanta and Harold. Interesting. I was going to read more, but I think that will sum it up. You find Camille in this story that she is an undercover FBI agent, but she is in a tug of war because she spent so much time building it into her career that she didn't reserve time to build up her personal life. And now she's in this case. At the time we read the story, she's 2 years into this case. They want the case closed. She's still trying to figure out what's going on, and we enter the story with her getting this big promotion, and almost all of the characters are center stage. You have Ashanta, you have Camille, you have Ashanta, you have Mark, you have Talib eventually, and all of them are in this race to determine who is responsible for the blood diamonds and if they are in fact a part of the merchandise that is at the IJBC. And so one of the things that I have received a lot of questions about this story is concerning, like, how did I come up with this idea? And I guess for the last couple minutes before I sign off, I can tell you a little bit about that. I'm a person that loves to watch documentaries. I don't get to watch a lot of TV now with writing, but I try my best to squeeze it in along with reading really great books and reading books in my genre. But I love watching documentaries. And I remember at a time when the hip hop song by Jay Z and Kanye West talking about blood diamonds was very popular. And there was just a couple of lyrics in there that just piqued my interest. And at the time, I was slightly familiar with blood diamonds, but I didn't know a lot about it. And that was what really sparked my interest. I watched documentaries. I know that there was a movie that was released either around the time of my book or somewhere in there, but I haven't watched it. um, but I wanted to explore what blood diamonds were and consider how that could affect just an everyday person. And that's where Camille came in. She's this strong, independent woman, but really she's butting heads with her own personal decisions. And she, by the end of the story, she must decide whether it's going to be about career or she's going to have some sort of balance to her life. And I think that's why she kind of finds herself in a jam because she tries to find that personal time in the midst of a case where she's really not herself. She's someone else because she's undercover. So that is Black Diamonds. It is the feature for today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. If you have not done so already, don't forget to visit JaniceDixon.com and subscribe to my newsletter. I haven't mentioned before, but when you join my newsletter, you will receive 4 short shorts. And Fearless Goodbye is one of them, which I read from, and you've received free. But you also received three other shorts as a thank you for joining my newsletter. So that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back with another read tomorrow. So leave comments below, thumbs up the video, and I will see you all soon. Take care and good night.